So we are about to head down to this very well-known field. My mother, sometimes my sister, and I would all be down in that field, and I'd be practicing my balance along some railing down there. It actually took me till sometime last night to finally make the realization, oh, holy crud, wait a sec, there's a lot of history in that field the Smith family lived through. That's also where the summer camps did a lot of fun water play. So we're gonna actually go down there now. We at least want to identify what the street name is. We are about to head down a one-way street known as Broadmeadow, and I'm out of the car's ways, not blocking the way. That's always important, you know. I can't just stand in the middle of the street and hold the camera, which I'm not doing. But I'm just at least. Now, this is called Broadmeadow Road now. This is called Broadmeadow Road now, but I'm not sure if that's what it was called way back in the 1980-something years. I only got snagged toward the very tail end of the 80s. I'm not old enough to remember the 80s with these. I was only like a kid, you know, and I only can remember 1987 and beyond. I like to brag and boast about knowing a lot about the 80s, but I don't think, in truth, I can remember quite as much from the 1980s as I sometimes say I could. I think that my memory serves me correctly only to a certain degree, but I can recall the 90s a little bit clearer. This is the street. Lots of kids hang around, and whenever little kids try to converse with me, I don't really know how to respond because I don't know how politically correct it is for a grown man to be talking to kids and stuff, and I don't want to make it look like I'm like some Michael Jackson sort of figure who always wants to stay trapped in his childhood, never wants to grow up, because I'm not one of those. Actually, it's kind of humor I'm using. Hey, I'm not a Michael Jackson. I liked Michael Jackson. I was digging his sound. I wasn't a diehard, but I was familiar with all of his big hits, you know? Like Billie Jean, Beat It, The Way You Make Me Feel, the big ones, the ones that you'd always hear airing over the radio all the time. I'm keeping a constant eye on my voice, by the way, trying to bring out the natural sound of the using my throat and chest more as I talk, but not overdoing it, sounding creepy or too deep or low. So this is the well-known wall, or this is the well-known wall. It's the T and scale wall, where I would literally scale it, and my mother would say, do a T, do a scale. I know, a little touching moment, I'm just saying. This is the history here. This brick wall here. So I'm actually skimming the wall with this camera. I'm not really sure what the name of this field is, but it's very relevant in our history. Family history, I mean. I'm not really so sure about this basketball court, but I do know that there was a castle playground. Basically, an American term for a playing structure assembled out of wood that has a lot of tunnels and stuff. It used to be kind of on the opposite side of this tree line here. But I'm actually going to start walking back to the Donnellan store, which used to be P&C's. So my memory's starting to serve me correctly a little. Let's scale this wall at first. This camera zoomed in a little bit more than what I'm accustomed to. I mean, that's the real difference between... There's a vast difference between 18mm and 35mm. So I'm going to have to go back. What happened was, I didn't even see the wall because this camera is 35mm. Really zooms in. I'm more accustomed to what my other camera would do. It would just swallow everything up. It would get everything on tape. This one just, you miss everything. It's like magnifying. Yeah, this camera set to 35mm is just, it's got a very narrow field towards what it's absorbing. So this is the main street. What is it? Lawrence Academy. That's private. Private schooling is not what I'm all about. It's outside of my budget, outside of my family's budget, and after these cars pass, I'll tell you. Another key point, apart from money, except there's a lot of traffic today, so. Private schooling's not what I'm about on. Well, private schooling's not what I'm about. I'm a very strong personal supporter of public education. Not formally, but just, I don't know what the word is. I don't know if I'd say spiritually, but it's just a kind of a going theme. It's kind of like in my subconscious mind, I'm very pro-public education. But I've never actually acted formally on this strong belief. It's just kind of there. You know, maybe someday I'll act on it, but not right yet. I think my voice is about as good as it's going to get right now. As soon as when we grab the Nikon Coolpix series S8100, I'll try to pronounce things very clear. Right now, I think my pronunciation's good because I'm not pushing or forcing anything. I'm just talking. Not forced or anything. So it sounds a little bit more natural, so. Natural flowing. Broad Meadow Road. Natural. Natural sounding. Yeah, that's a tough word for me. I always want to go OLE, like OLE. or O-L, O-W-L-E or something like, that's how I always tend to pronounce stuff too much. I'm gonna take a gamble. I'm gonna attempt another 12-minute video and see if it can complete without overheating. Think I could do it? Wow. Well, this has still got another minute. So if I got 13 minutes of viewfinder time, I don't know. Benjamin Moore, Ace Hardware. Yeah, it's definitely hard to wear all that hardware. Well then where's the Easyware store? It's hard? Where? Where is it hard? It's hard and where? The town of Ware. W-A-R-E. And see, now you're just getting me being myself, which is a good thing, I guess. I don't guess, I know. Right on.